And one of the reasons why Bitcoin is going to go a lot higher, not one of the reasons, the major reason is scarcity, right? When you have so much demand and very little supply, you do the math, the price will go higher, right? And this year, we know that, hey, the US is on track to become the global powerhouse for crypto. At least that's the plan. Hasn't happened yet, but you have a whole lot of stuff happening. And here's an interesting stat here. Recent analysis revealed that 65% of Bitcoin is held by US entities, while the remaining smaller shares held by non-US entities. A large part of that is due to the ETFs and Michael Saylor, who also holds close to like 2.5% of the supply, and many others. But that's a staggering stat. 65% of Bitcoin is being held by companies or individuals within the US. And that number could be growing more as more favorable, regulations and rules get in place this year. We have this new crypto czar, David Sachs, that's going to be in the White House. But other than that, we got a whole lot of new, like I just talked about Gary Gensler, he's going to be gone, replaced with someone more pro. I mean, you got a whole lot of new leaders coming in this year and potentially, again, helping crypto. And David Sachs is set to talk to 24 industry leaders, right? It's hard to ignore now. I mean, just look at what Zuck is doing. Look at what Facebook or Meta is doing. He's definitely sucking up to Trump and the new administration. And imagine if all the industry leaders start doing that and embracing Bitcoin and crypto just because the US is going that direction, right? Where we talked about Microsoft and how they could add Bitcoin to their balance sheet. We still have Apple, Amazon, Meta, Google, and so many others, Oracle, Dell, IBM. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Imagine, and of course Tesla, and Tesla does hold Bitcoin, but imagine if all these industry tech leaders all start adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet. That would be amazing, amazing indeed. Bitcoin miners are still mining. Hash rate is at an all-time high. So obviously the network is strongest it's ever been, which makes Bitcoin's network more valuable. People don't realize one of the reasons why Bitcoin is priceless is due to the fact that there's a decentralized network that operates. No government is trying to shut it down because they have given up, and it becomes more and more secure each and every day because there's more miners that are on the network trying to solve the algorithm, empowering the network. So bottom line is this network, the Bitcoin network, is the most valuable network on the planet. Because think about it, Visa, MasterCard, Swift, any bank, ACH transfer, wire transfer, MoneyGram, any of these services that moves money around could be shut down at any given moment. The government come in and say, hey, stop that transaction, recall that transaction, freeze that account. They can stop any financial transfers or bank account or anything. But what they can't do is stop a Bitcoin transfer. You can send your Bitcoin to any address around the world. It'll get there within minutes, and there's no one that can stop that other than the physical person getting arrested. But that is powerful. Nothing else like that exists where governments are not trying to shut it down. It's the one and only. I mean, every government around the world have just given up trying to ban Bitcoin because they know it's useless. We still got a great year to look forward to and a lot of great things that are happening. For example, Gary Gensler is on his way out. When Trump gets inaugurated, that is when the day Gary Gensler steps out from SEC. And we know that is a big deal. He's being replaced with someone that's a lot more pro, that will be a lot more favorable to crypto and crypto regulations and rules and so forth, especially for American-based crypto companies, right? So that is a big thing that's happening. But he did give an interview today where he said something like, well, there's Bitcoin and then there's everything else, which is true. That's why Bitcoiners should not be threatened by alts at all. It was always silly, I thought, for Bitcoin maxis to like tag everything else. You don't need to do that. Bitcoin is different from anything else. But Gary's point, he's saying that because he thinks everything's a security. He thinks there's Bitcoin and everything else is security, right? Which just isn't the case. All the lawsuits that FTC has lost have proven that. Just because you have a lot of crypto out there that held the ICO or that was sold in the secondary market, right? Or the founders actually took some profit. None of those things actually automatically make a crypto security. That's what they were trying to accuse Ripple and XRP of, and they lost every single court battle. Also, like I said, besides getting a new SEC chair, we're going to get a new CFTC chair, but we got a lot of great things. Here we go. We got someone from the House that will lead U.S. House Subcommittee on Digital Assets, calls for clear crypto rules. Yes, of course, because the SEC just kind of took it upon themselves to just create and interpret rules however they wanted. No. It's about time we actually create a fair framework that allows innovation to happen, right? And that's exactly what's being worked on. And of course, we still have that strategic reserve that's being worked on. And there's going to be a first ever crypto subcommunity led by Loomis as well. I mean, they're just like Congress is getting all behind crypto and Bitcoin, right? A big departure from what was before, 180, complete 180, which is absolutely fantastic. All right, what else is there? You have CleanSpark, one of the bigger Bitcoin miners. They have surpassed 10,000 Bitcoin in their balance sheet or in their holding, becoming the 4th largest corporate holder. 10,000 Bitcoin is quite a lot. Again, while retail panics, institutions are not panicking. Institutions are accumulating. So while retail investors get antsy, gets disappointed, panics, and decides to dump, the whales, the public traded companies, private companies, institutions, funds, they continue to load up because they know great buying opportunity, right? Again, at these levels, there should be no doubt that the supply shock is happening. The changing landscape and everything I've been saying about what's going to come this year, the bull run, right? Everything is still on pace, on track, and you definitely don't want to miss out. Look at this. This is very bullish too. Standard Chartered, one of the biggest banks in Europe, is going to start offering Bitcoin crypto custody in the EU. And their CEO previously has said that he holds, 30% of his net worth is in Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin and crypto, but 30%. And he believes Bitcoin will get to 250,000 this cycle. This is coming from the CEO of one of the largest banks on the planet. This is not some analyst, not just some person on X or some person on YouTube. This is the CEO of Standard Chartered saying this. And do you think he's panic selling if we have a dip? No, he is not. Okay, so stay strong, my friends.